Hey Pat, how you been?
I'm very good. Nice seeing you again.
Yes, it's been a few years. So
It
so
has
tell
been,
me,
it's been a minute and things have been very, very busy. So it's nice to chat.
yes, so tell me, let's get right into it. What is the name of your current organization?
Well, my new company is called Langdon Partners Real Estate Limited. It's the culmination of 35 years in the industry, partnered up with five other senior folks. Our rookie of our group has only been in the business for 20 years, and he just finished off just shy of $1 billion worth of sales in the last 18 months. So we are specifically timed for this market because of the experience that we have of being through many recessions in the brokerage, advisory, and consulting world of the commercial real estate sector.
Awesome. And you're at 100 King Street West. Is that
Yeah, our
right?
head office is 100 King Street West. We have offices in Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto, and Boston. And we have 12 partners across Canada in all major cities. We have partners in New York City, Buffalo, and Miami as well. So what started out as a very small venture has turned into a national group very, very quickly, and not something that I had anticipated right off the hop. This was supposed to be a small group.
That's a great surprise, right? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So that's the fun part of it.
Great. So since this is a sales channel,
Yep.
can you provide any, sales advice to anyone getting into the industry or just in general, anyone getting started in sales, B2B?
Sure. Well, the biggest thing about sales is it's all about relationships, personal relationships. Doesn't work if you go online, doesn't work if you phone somebody. You've actually got to meet them. And what you do is you grow your network organically. It doesn't really matter. And I've had this conversation with many young people coming into the industry. You have to have personal relationships. If people like you will get opportunities. If people know you, you will get opportunities. If you just phone them or text them or email them, they don't know you from Adam. So you
Mhm.
need to grow. The other thing I'm going to tell you is be very, very patient with how you grow your network. Don't just go on to LinkedIn and try and join up with 1,000 people. It does you absolutely no good. Same thing with going to a conference. And I've always told young folks, if you go to a conference and you can meet one or two people each year, that's a win. Okay. Get to know them, find out what they do, talk to people. I've always told people that I'm just an Irish guy from Toronto. I'll talk to anybody.
Right.
And that actually goes a long way because people will talk to you, and don't sell them anything. Ask them how you can help them. If you try and sell them something, you're gone and they're going to shut the door.
Well, I
But if
have
you,
a question for you. I got
yep,
a question for you. I
sure,
mean, this is all great advice, but if no one knows you
yep,
and you're in sales, how
yep.
are you going to make money?
Well,
How are you going to make
this is what I'm
money?
talking about. You have to be. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And when you develop your relationships, I when I first came out of university, I worked for Bell for 6 months, and I took the Bell sales training program, which was the same one Xerox and IBM do. Wonderful
Mhm.
course, buying signals that have stayed with me my entire career. Ask for the order. Well, absolutely, you ask for the order, but ask how you can help people. That order will follow
Okay.
because people in our industry, in the commercial real estate sector, they're not looking for you to sell them something. There's a lot of really bright people. If they want to buy something, they can. But
Hmm.
what they need is help. And what you're trying to figure out is what is it that they need for you to help? Because if you can help them on one thing, then that's going to lead to another. And this is all part and parcel of keeping it in house. So you're trying to create a sales wheel. And a sales wheel starts by getting to know someone. When you get to know someone, they get to know you. So you're getting your name out there. It's great to get your name out to 10,000 people. When I started my company, and this has been a month, 3 weeks ago, I put out my note because I'm a big user of LinkedIn. I had 10,000 views in a week. Not all of them are going to use me. Not all of
Hmm.
them want to know anything other than what I'm up to.
Right.
But what it does is it gets the name out. Okay. So I've been doing this for 33 years in the city of Toronto and Canada and North America, frankly, because my work is national. As you know, others don't, but I mean, my work has always been national. And now I'm back into a complete, as I like to tell people, I'm unemployed every morning and I get to win the lottery every day.
That's a good one.
Absolutely. But it's
Okay.
because I've developed relationships over the last 33, 34 years that now I call people, I ask them what they're up to. How can I help them? Do they need any help? When they need help and you haven't forced something down their throat, they're going to call you. And that's
Mm-hmm.
the most important thing. That's when there's a buying signal. Okay. They
Mm-hmm.
call you and they're asking for your help. Well, when do you ask for the order? You ask them what they need you to do. And then you ask, is there anything else I can help you with anywhere else? Not just in the local area, but there's ways to do it. If you're new, you grow in concentric rings. You start local, you go regional, you go then you go regional, provincial, national, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got an opportunity to grow, but it's all about developing a network of strong relations. You're not going to be friends with everybody. Stop trying.
Mm-hmm.
Create a network that you can rely on. I had the great opportunity to work for Joe Barnaky, one of the icons of Canadian real estate. Joe's words to me, because I said, well, how do you become like you? And he laughed. He said, well, there's only one of me. And I said, yes, there is, Mr. Barnaky. But how can I what can you tell me that I can use to benefit myself? He said, stop trying to get 100 clients. You need 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you need. And service them, service them, service them. That's how you're going to be successful in the sales industry.
I
Stop
love it.
jamming things down people's throats. They will hang up the phone instantly.
Right, right. And
Everybody
I'm
hates
on the phone quite
salespeople.
a bit, so I know what that's all about. I know what that's
Exactly.
all about.
Yep.
So I have a final question before we close off. And this is just very, straight up.
Yep.
You're in an industry that is the sales cycle is so long, and there's so many elements that play, and things could change. And I mean, I all of what you're saying is so great, and you can see those results when you're dealing with like a shorter sales cycle business that, for example, recruitment, right?
Sure.
It's yes, no, I need you, no, I don't, goodbye, let's move on. It's amazing because you know where you stand. But in an industry like commercial real estate, I mean, this is such a long sales cycle. How on earth do you cope with not knowing for like it could be 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years before a deal closes? So what would you advise in that?
How do you survive?
Yeah, how do you
Yeah.
survive?
Well, if you're in a large city, you can specialize in certain things. You can specialize in office leasing. You can specialize in industrial leasing. What I would always suggest is always maintain that you've got 2 or 3 quivers or arrows in your quiver. So if you're an office leasing person, so what I do, I started off as an office leasing person, strictly office leasing downtown Toronto. I grew that to office leasing across Canada and North America. Then I took that and I also increased it to include investment sales across Canada and North America. So that gives me 2 different things. I don't know a great deal about industrial other than how to be dangerous. That's as much information as I have. So what I do is I reach into my network, and if I have a client who needs help in industrial, I will reach out to an industrial friend and relay that client to them, but I'll stay around and I'll learn. So you've got to be able to be a bit flexible. You certainly have to have patience. And it happens to have it helps to have very thick skin, because you know
Mhm.
what, in our business, coming in second, no one cares. Although I will preface that with, sometimes it's good to be a close second, because if the guy or girl in first, if their deal goes south, well, you know what, they're going to call you.
Yes,
But
the
again,
second
that's based on
opinion.
your relationship. So never
Mhm.
give up and you keep pounding away. That's how you survive in this industry. Have a couple of things that you're good at and be very good at them.
Mhm.
Okay? Not just a cursory understanding. If you have a cursory understanding, i.e. myself with industrial sector, well, then I move it on, because the client is not being best served by me. The
Mhm.
client is being best served by a friend of mine who's an industrial specialist. I'll get a referral out of it. The client will be thrilled. I'll learn a little bit more about the industrial sector, which I'm not going to get into, but I'll know enough to be able to help a little bit more next time. So you grow with every conversation, every transaction. You learn something new, something more every time,
I love
and
it.
you build on it.
I love it. So look, thank you so much. I'm going to make sure I have all your information
You're
um,
welcome.
on the channel, and people can go to your website and take it from there. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Pleasure seeing you, pleasure chatting. And again, if anyone wants to get in touch, it's Langdon Partners Real Estate Limited, a very quickly growing national group, which wasn't intended to be national, but we are now. So thank you very much. I appreciate it, and all the best.
Thank you, Pat.
Bye-bye.